Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, it's about 6 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Had the Drone Seekers show today, had a good time on the Drone Seekers show. But one of the things that was brought up as we were talking about tracking with the Skydio 2, and I'd done a test with the newest DJI drone, the DJI Air 3. And I wondered, how would the DJI Mavic 3 Pro do? It's got a couple of extra sensors on the top here. Will that help it not only do obstacle avoidance, but perhaps track better than the Air 3 did? In the contest with the Skydio still won out with regard to tracking. The Air 3 lost me several times. And a couple of things that were brought up. One was that DJI typically, I was on my e-bike, and DJI typically does not track bicycles very well. And they say that it tracks cars better. So I've got my Chevy Tahoe with me. So I'm going to do kind of a similar pattern to what I did with the Air 3 and the Skydio 2. Only this time we're going to take the Mavic 3 Pro. And we're just going to try out the tracking, see if it can track us between the trees and so forth. Again, it will follow my Chevy Tahoe instead of me on an e-bike, and see if that helps DJI's tracking algorithm out a little better. It'll be kind of fun, and we'll probably do a couple other interesting things with this drone before we land it. So, okay, I've started a screen recording and the drone is reporting ready to go. We'll look at the safety menu real quick. We're on bypass just like we want to be, in normal mode, not nifty mode. Optimal return to home. Return to home height 35 meters, that's plenty. Compass is normal, IMU is normal. We can take a look at the battery, but obviously that's good. So yeah, really nothing else left to do here but take off, and I'll try and get it in kind of essentially the same position that I had the other drone. So we're going to do an automated takeoff. The other thing is, I have the drone sitting on a particular little spot of blue paint there. We'll see if it'll get a precision landing. I haven't had a lot of luck with the Mavic 3 Pro on precision landing, but it says it updated home point. We're going to go on up the 7 meters high that DJI suggests, going straight up before we move off. 6.8, that's going to be enough. And that's about the height we want to be at. Let's spin it around here and back this guy off a little bit. I'm going to try and get about the same distance as what I remember I had the other drones at. And we're in normal mode. And I'm going to shut off the action camera here real quick. Okay, I'm going to change the, we just need 30 frames per second. I'm not going to shoot in 60 frames per, we're in 4K 30 frames per second. Let's start recording. And I'm going to get in my car, get the camera in there set up. Okay, I think I've got everything set up in here. I've got the sunroof open and the windows, the two front windows open, so that we get good connection to the controller. And by the way, I'm using the DJI RC Pro. So what we need to do now is draw a box around the vehicle, and it has spotted it as a vehicle. So we're going to do active track, and we're going to track from the back just like we did with the other drone. So we're ready to go here. I'm putting on my seat belt, and we're off to the races. Let's see how this guy does. I think this is basically the same distance that we had on the other two drones, and so let's see just how well it'll follow us out here. And I don't know if I can remember the exact same pattern that I rode my e-bike on the other time, but we'll get similar enough that we should see. And the drone doesn't appear to be following. Well, it's back in spotlight mode. I must not have hit go. Okay, we're going to start all over again here. That is operator error. I did not hit go. Drone still tracked us all the way though. It kind of lost us there, though, I see. So so it could be. Let's drop that camera down again, and yeah, it's looking over off, and so we got to X out of that. We're gonna find me again here, active track, and we're gonna hit go, and let's yeah. So it should have me. Okay, here we go. And I can hear the drone moving this time. Yeah. Yeah, it's behind me now. So we're just going to do another loop around in here, kind of like I did last time. And you know what? Looks to me like the drone lost me already. Yeah. Well, this may not be much of a test. I got to see where the drone, I got to find, oh, there's the drone. It's right in front of me here. Okay, I'm going to spin the drone around again. We'll try something a little different. So I am moving the drone around, and you can see where I'm at there. And let's see if it'll find me again. We may have to go up higher. Active track, and it's got a vehicle there, so we're going to click go. Yeah, I just as I was afraid of. In fact, if anything, I think the Air 3 did a little better. And look, yeah, well, it kind of found me as I go behind these trees. Yeah, there it lost me already. So here's what we're going to do, guys. It's clearly not going to track me worth a darn. So subject lost, it says we're going to go straight up, and we're going to get above these trees, and then we'll try tracking. Let's see, in fact, let's just do this, since we're giving it we're giving this guy some advantages here. We're going to have it track us from the front. So it's pretty clear. I mean, it lost us immediately. I mean, it didn't, okay. It thinks I'm setting EV here. No. There we go, active track. And let's go from the front, and let's click go. And I am gonna start up here again. And let's see if let's see if the drone will stay with us this time. You know, we'll be going underneath some trees and so forth here, but it should be able to see me. Yeah, no, it's lost me. No, there, it picked me back up. Okay, let's see if it gets us. Yeah, it's getting us. It's not in front of us though, like I had hoped. Okay, so we got a clear spot here, and it should move to the front of us here, because we told it to be in the front of the car, the direction that we're going. Strong environmental interference, it says. Okay, so now it seems to be moving in front. Okay, there we go. And we're going to take another turn here, and this is a fairly clear area, so it should do just fine. And let's see how long it takes us to move in front. And I'm going 9 miles an hour, so not very fast. I can tell you the Skydio 2 would have accomplished this and would be in front of us long ago. So there we are. It is indeed in front of us, and it's tracking okay, but of course we're kind of in a wide open area here now. When we get back to that parking lot, I'll try again and see. You know, we'll go around some obstacles and see what it does. But I have a feeling that it may not be able to cope terribly well. So let's just take this left turn here. And again, it's out in the open and changing directions. How long will it take it? to get in front of us. You know, you talk about cinematic moves. Like I said, the Skydio would have had that much, much earlier. And we're taking another left turn here. So we'll go around this other little loop here and see what it does. Whereas the Skydio would have tracked us through the trees, etc., this drone just is not going to do that. And it got in front of us again here. And we're going to take another left here, and we're going to be under some trees. And there, yeah, it found us there. It's interesting as we go under the trees to see how well the algorithm, you know, predicts where we're going to be at. So this is going to be a little tougher here as we go around this corner. So let's see what it does. Yeah, it's got me so far. I think it's, yeah, maybe. Oh no, we lost it. Yeah, subject lost. Yep. So there you go. It's just, you know, DJI just isn't up to the tracking that you can do with a Skydio 2. It's just, they just don't have it. And this is Active Track 5.0. So anyway, let's see if we can get us again, and we do. So we're going to go active track, and I'm going to leave it on the back here. We're going to click go. And again, I think we're a little bit higher than we were before now, so maybe that'll give it a better chance. But let's take a right turn here and go through this other loop behind a tree. So this will challenge it a little bit. See if it predicts where we're at. And I think it's, yeah, nope, subject lost. I mean, there you go. I don't know what to say. I'm a huge fan of DJI, but they've got a ways to go before they get to Skydio's level of well, Skydio calls it motion track. I would say that's a good reason for me to hang on to that drone, is having that ability to track that drone has. There just isn't anything else out there that'll track like Skydio does. And yeah, and there I think it lost us again. And you know, that should have been easy. We were going around a corner there. It's going to tell me subject lost. It's still looking here. Yeah, subject lost. Okay, we're going to go one more time. What if I got up much higher? Active track, and we're going to go from the back. Go. If I get much higher in altitude, yeah, we got 56% battery. We got plenty of battery. So I'm going to get much higher. We're about 40 meters high here, and let's try that. I'm going to go. Well, I was going to say I was going to go around the big loop, but let's try it here through these trees, and I'm going to turn right, and there'll be trees that block me for a second. Will the drone be able to find me on the other side? Will it predict? No. Yeah, nope. Not going to do it. It's going to give us that subject lost again. Well, guys, I'm just going to tell you, I love my DJI drones, but tracking wise, they're just not Skydio. They're not. I think we've proved that here. Okay, let me manually fly the drone over. So I got something that I want to do here. We can just go on a little bit of a flyabout here. Again, we're in 4K 30. We got 52% battery. Kind of give you an overview of where we were flying. So, you know, I went around this loop right here. And anytime I got behind a tree, anytime it lost direct sight of me, it could not track. it would lose tracking every time. And I've heard people say again that bicycles, yeah, DJI doesn't track bicycles well. That may very well be, but it doesn't do any better with cars. So limited. So if you're a mountain biker or a skier or something, this thing is just not going to track like a DJI drone, or excuse me, a Skydio drone will. So it's too bad that we lost Skydio as a contender. Here is my favorite cell phone tower. I cannot not do a loop around this guy. We have to do it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take advantage of our DJI does a really great job with their focus track suite, and we're going to see if we can set a point of interest right on there, and we're going to leave it in spotlight mode, and I'm just going to hold the right stick all the way to the right, and we're going to see if we can do a loop around this guy. And we can. That is the genius of DJI right there. That DJI, this focus track suite is just awesome. So we can back up and we can come in if we want to, and you're never going to lose that the center of the point of interest in the center of the screen. So pretty good. Let's go the other way. Let's go to the left, and again it's going to do just as good. So I'm going to go back away and to the left. It just allows you to get so many cinematic views. Let's raise an altitude as we come towards it here. And it keeps it right in center of frame. Look at that. And that got me a little dizzy there. We didn't need to be going that fast. Backing it up here, and it's moving that camera. It got a little bit out of center of frame there, so I'm moving it back. Anyway, you get my point. Let's get down lower, and let's get close to this guy. Let's get up nice and close to my favorite cell phone tower. And one thing about this drone, you don't have to worry about running into it because the obstacle avoidance isn't going to let you. Again, doing those maneuvers that we were doing amongst the trees earlier, it's just a pleasure because you don't have to worry about the drone. And I'm going to drop the gimbal down here just a little bit. You don't have to worry about the drone running into anything. DJI's obstacle avoidance is second to none. So there we go. Nice little view of the tower, and we are just in one by. Okay, I'm going to take it out of that, and I'm going to try and take it out of that. The drone thought I was, again, resetting EV there, so let's get right over the top of this guy. Let's get that top-down look. This is something that I like to do, and I'm going to put it in Cine mode here, and we're going to drop down lower. We're going to get low to this guy, and I'm going to see if I can get center on it a little bit better here. Okay, this move is just going to be with the left stick. I'm going to go up and to the left with the left stick, and we are going to circle as we go around, rise and go around. And you can change your speed depending on which direction you point or you push that stick. And then we're going to do a slow reveal here of the Boise Mountains and Discovery School. And I better get it in gear here, picking up this camera. Yeah, I messed that up. Here are the Boise Mountains coming into view here. I missed the direction that I was pointed with the drone and where I thought I was picking it up. I thought I was picking it up about here. Okay, I guess that's about it. I think it's time we try that precision landing. Okay, let's put this guy into return to home. I'm going to hit return to home on the controller. And you remember that paint spot out there? Let's see how close the drone gets to it. Return to home now. And we got 27% battery, so we're doing good on battery. And I'll drop the camera down as we come back. This paint spot right here, and she's coming right back. It's in that optimized return to home. I can't remember how high we were there. How high did the drone, if it rose up at all, I'm not sure. But it's coming down even before it gets to its home point. We got the camera pointed straight down, and it's pretty close. So we'll see if it hits that paint spot. Yeah, it's gonna have to do some moving if it is. Yeah, it's not gonna do it. So much for precision landing too. And I'm sorry, it's pointed into the sun, so you're just seeing a shadow here. Okay, let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, got everything all shut down. I gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed. I really thought the Mavic 3 Pro might do a little better than even the Air 3 did. And honestly, I think the Air 3 did a little bit better than the Mavic 3 Pro. This guy, you know, you saw what it lost us immediately. As soon as we got behind a tree, it didn't know where we were at. The algorithm couldn't predict where we were at. Now, it's an optical system, I think mostly on DJI. I don't know how much of a GPS component they use. The Skydio, obviously, with the beacon, or even if you're using the controller, it uses GPS in conjunction with optical, being able to see what it's looking at. But it's heads and tails better. When I was doing this with the Skydio, it never lost me at all. And the Air 3 lost me several times. But this guy, I'm just gonna say it wasn't even in the game. Even when we put it up higher, to give it a better chance to look down and see, it still lost me. So really, I'm telling you, if you're going to do tracking with DJI, even though APAS 5.0, it's their latest version, you're going to want to be in a wide open area where the drone has a look at you 100% of the time. Because as soon as you are you can't see behind a tree or something like that, it's going to lose you. You could tell it was trying to predict. So I think if you were going in a straight line, it would probably predict and catch you out the other side. But if you're going through any corners or doing anything like that, it's just not going to be able to track you. It's going to lose you. So anyway, it is what it is. The other thing, you know, people had told me that, hey, DJI just doesn't do a very good job of tracking bicycles. I was on my e-bike with the Skydio and the Air 3, and that may be. However, doesn't seem to do very much better tracking vehicles. And I was going really slow. I was going less than 10 miles an hour, and the drone, when we put it to the front, it was struggling to stay in front of me as I came around the corner. It took it a while. The Skydio would have handled that no problem at all. So, I mean, those are just observations is all. And I was actually going faster on the e-bike than what I did in my car just now. So take it for what it's worth. However, this is an amazing product, and I'm not taking anything. We're just talking about one little bit here. We're just talking about Active Track. The other systems on this drone are absolutely amazing. And would I trade, if I could only have one drone, would I take the Skydio over this guy? Nope, Absolutely not. I would take this Mavic 3 Pro any day of the week. It brings so much technology to the table. It's amazing. And again, I want to emphasize the only thing I'm talking about in this video is the tracking ability. Everything else, I mean, this drone is so flawless. You saw what we did on the cell phone tower there. We used focus track, put it in spotlight mode. You're able to just do all those moves, and some of them I got a little carried away. I think I was spinning a little too fast, etc. So anyway, that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's fun doing these tests. Of course, we will see you on the next one. The DJI Mavic 3 Pro, an amazing piece of tech. I really like this drone. We'll see you guys later. Bye now.